Let's begin with some cherry news. After months of controversy, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has approved the appointment of Professor Ibiyemi Olatunji-Bello as the next substantive Vice-Chancellor of the Lagos State University, LASU. A professor of physiology, Mrs. Olatunji-Bello, had served as acting Vice-Chancellor of the institution before our appointment. Babajide, nice one there.
Yes, sir.
Former Deputy Vice-Chancellor, two-time Deputy Vice-Chancellor under the Vice-Chancellor, this professor of physiology. She has proven over and over again, and she became the acting Vice-Chancellor of that particular institution. But there was this controversy before the selection process.
Well, I'm glad that this matter has been put to rest. We are a nation of one day, one controversy. So I'm not interested in the controversy. I'm focused on the future. I was at LASU about 3-4 weeks ago when the Association of National Association of Linguistics invited me to receive an award, and I can say that it still retains everything that made it the state university of choice in our country. You know, LASU has a tremendous history. It used to have the best law faculty in our country in the 80s and the 90s. So I want to believe that Professor Ibiyemi Olatunji-Bello will give her best and push the university to higher heights, because that is all that we want to see. She was described by a writer as a woman of impeccable originality as a scholar, with significant contribution to the body of knowledge. And when I was doing some research about her background, I discovered that she was a research fellow at the University of Texas, San Antonio. She was poached from the medical college, yes, you know, Idiyaraba, to come and help them out, and she became the first professor of physiology at LASU. You know, she also has a history of making history. She rose through the ranks, became assistant lecturer 1988 to 1991, became associate professor in 2005, and that was the post, and then became deputy vice chancellor 2 times during the time of the vice chancellor Latif Husseini. And this particular position was advertised twice on the national dailies, on Friday, July 30, and Friday, the 13th of August, 2021. You know, I thought at a point that she would even get it, because there was, she was part of the people who contested for the thing the first time, the very first time. So, but that whole exercise was scrapped, and they had to start again. And now the Committee of Council and the Senate of the University have chosen her as
part of the sentiment brought up in the run-up to this thing, build up to this thing, that she's from Owo in Ondo State, and even for the fact that our mother is even from Lagos State here, but her father is from Owo in Ondo State, but she's married to a Lagosian. She's married to
Ayo. It's unfortunate that our country has become what it is. The most famous vice chancellor in Uniben's history is Adamu Beki. Adamu Beki is from northern Nigeria. He's Hausa Fulani. In those days, Northerners, core Northerners used to be VC of schools in Southern Nigeria. Abi, Baba?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
You know, Kweku Adadevo, who was VC, was he a Lagosian?
Even that one was even Ghanaian.
No, from the name you will see this origin.
He's not even from Nigeria.
No, it's even possible to be a Ghanaian name.
Oh, really?
It's possible to be a Ghanaian name. But we are saying that, look, in the past, what I'm just trying to say, and we've had even people from the East become VC of Unilag here. From the East. But these days, people will say, oh,
Professor Eninjoku.
Yes,
yes,
from the East. These days, people will say, no, he has to be from our own area. We've seen state universities pick people from far away to even become their VC. Once you are good enough, they will allow you to do it. You cannot now say because somebody who is Lagosians by marriage, you can't say that that person is not qualified for this kind of job. You can't say. That is why we have a problem. Let's always push aside some of these things that divide us and reach out for the best. When we reach out for the best will do their best for us, and everyone will be happy.
This is Olatunji-Bello, Professor Olatunji-Bello, from the pedigree, from what you've read about her.
Well, I think for us, like he said, what made Nigeria great in the 70s and 80s was adherence to the principle of merit. In any way we find yourself. He has mentioned a lot of people who have made names, University of Ife to University of Ibadan to University of Lagos. There was a time there was a controversy as to, even Professor Shikeobi, was it not a former professor? So I think the moment, you see, in anything that we do in life, either in private life, either in your business, either in national life, the moment we push merit to the background, you cannot make it. It is not a cause. It is an order of history. And what made Nigeria, what made the University of Ibadan to be thick in those days was that University of Ibadan can admit anybody from anywhere. And in the 70s, people used to come from the Middle East because University of Ibadan is regarded as a center of LSL. Yes. Who are those who made University of Ibadan? They are not necessarily Yoruba people. Who are those who made University of Lagos? They are not necessarily Yoruba people. And secondly, I like to make a correction. When you look at her CV, she can claim to be a Lagosian by all standard. Why? She had her primary. She was born in Lagos. Yes. She had her primary school, Anglican primary school in Surulere. She had her secondary school in Lagos. She went to University of Ibadan.
Her father is even Lagosian.
She has been in the system in Lagos since 1988, which means she has spent 33 years in the service of Lagos State University. Besides that, if it had been a civil servant, maybe she would have retired now, because the new law now favors a professor reaching the age of 70. So when you look at her antecedents and the fact that she has gone through the mill in the Lagos State University, she has gone through the mill, she's 57. Yeah, she has gone through the mill, she has rose through the ranks. So definitely she will know Lagos State like the back of her hand. And anybody that must put LASU where it belonged in the 80s and 90s, it has to be somebody who knows the history of LASU, who has grown through LASU. Yes, she may not necessarily be the best, but definitely in a race, somebody will come out top. Yes. Either in a 100-meter race, either with the trust of the hand, or with the trust of the hand.
She came out top.
Yeah. So definitely somebody must come out in the race. And let us look at, like I said,
by wide margin.
Let us look at merit. Look, when you assemble, when Nigeria was Nigeria, when you assemble 11 footballers on the field, if 8 of them are from Edo State, by the time you emerge victorious, they won't say that people from Edo State are the winner. But the glory goes to Nigeria. So let us give her the benefit that she can perform. And because she has gone through the mill, I believe, like many other people who contested with her, she knows the problem of LASU, and she's in a position to position and to reposition LASU to achieve greater height. Like he said,
finally on this, yes, it's a call to duty. This is challenging. It's a very big school, and LASU must rise.
It's a big school with a tremendous tradition. It's a school that we are proud of, and she should just she should live up to expectation. We've had women as vice chancellor, so she has entered an exclusive club. You know, it was Grace Alele Williams that set the ball rolling as VC of Uniben. You had Jade Sola Akonde from that same university. So She's in an exclusive club now as a woman heading a tertiary institution in our country, and I'm sure that she will rise to the occasion.
I think that people should push her sentiments to the background.
No, it's done and dusted.
Give her a chance
the
to
governor of Lagos
yes,
State, it has been ratified, and the governor of Lagos, we want to say congratulations to the new Vice Chancellor, Mrs. Olatunji-Bello, a Professor of Physiology, and want to say congratulations by extension to her husband, that's the Commissioner for Environment in Lagos State, one-time Secretary to the Government of Lagos State, that Mr. Olatunji-Bello. Jide?
Yeah, congrats once again, Professor Ibiyemi Olatunji-Bello, and as we always say here, the reward for hard work is more work. But we want Nigerians to remember your time as one of unqualified success. So we wish you the best and
Godspeed.
And Godspeed.